Hello everybody. Um so yeah, still been a while. Um Making this before I even released the last one because I am working on it. um I did do a nice video. A nice video. We'll see how it turns out. I have Uh, I've actually recorded 2 videos and one of them's just crap. All it is me whining. So I'm getting rid of it. It's useless. But there is another one and I will get that out to you as soon as I can. Well, you've already seen it because it comes out before this, but it's been a few weeks since I actually put out the last one. So I just thought I'd let you know. I'm doing fine. This is behind the scenes. No, this is a nothing one. I don't have, my days are the same. I go visit my family the days off, and I work on my work days, and then I do a lot of this. This is my comfy bed. I'm snuggled down in my bed for a couple reasons. One, it is the most comfortable spot in my whole van, obviously. And two, I could get out of bed, start moving around, throw some pants on, and throw a sweater on. I'd be just as warm. But also, what would I do? I would sit back on my bed and do whatever I was gonna do. Like I'm watching YouTube, hanging out watching YouTube, and just eating. My food is right here in this cupboard, right, and then like on the floor. Oh, excuse me. So yeah, I don't do a whole lot. It's called self-care, and I do what I need to do, and then the rest of the time I do what I want to do, which is mostly not a lot. I don't have any hobbies at the moment. And right now my brain doesn't really want to do anything creative. My brain is still sort of hanging on to the okay. Okay, so it's okay. So since Christmas came, I had some medical stuff done before Christmas, which relieved myself a little bit. My A1C is really good. Well, no, it's not. It's not good. My A1C is not really bad. It is higher than I should have it, but not as high as I was worried about. And my kidney seems to not be a problem. So maybe it was a glitch, maybe it was something else. I don't know, but everything seems to be reasonable right there. So that happened before Christmas. So at Christmas, I thought, okay, I will go to my mom's and do Christmas with the family and Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. And I did that. And then slept. I'm not good at social, and apparently social also means my own family. I say things I shouldn't. I do things they're ridiculous. If you know me, you've heard me say something stupid. Period. Okay, so then after Christmas, matter of fact, it's January 20 something. So about 2 weeks ago, my batteries started messing up, and I started having trouble with connections. So I thought it was connections. So I pulled apart my connections because if there was a problem in the system, it'd be something that I did because I was the last one to do connections. So I pulled apart my connections that I did, and that doesn't seem to be the problem, but they're still all pulled apart. We tracked it down to batteries, but it took a week, and a cold night to find out that it was batteries. Um, my batteries were dying and dying and dying, and there was no connection to the front battery, and it was just not giving me more power, and it was really frustrating. And as long as I kept the heat on and didn't turn it off, I had heat. But then to check the batteries, I had to turn it off because I had to unplug the batteries. So I was at my daughter's, and we used the battery charger to charge the batteries. And that gave me about 2 days worth of heat. And somehow, and I'm not sure, it's because me fiddling up front while I was touching things together thinking, I'm not sure why this isn't working. It was working. So I was giving power to my batteries at the back from the batteries at the front. Normally, I would have an indicator up here that said P12, that indicated that I was getting battery power. However, excuse me, the indicator I was getting was P11. So I was worried I wasn't getting anything from the front battery, but it was, the battery at the front was P11. So basically that means it's getting pretty low. It's a 12 volt battery. 12 volts would be pretty reasonable. So, okay, so in the end, changed both batteries. Working beautifully, but the connector between the two batteries is still apart because I haven't fixed it yet. I'm hoping to do that this weekend. I keep saying that. I'll do that in a couple days. Oh, excuse me. I have the Friday off this week because I do work Saturday, so I'm gonna go to my daughter's, and hopefully I'm gonna see the babes. And doesn't matter what else happens. I'm gonna go see my kids, and that's Friday. So I think my youngest works, but I'll probably take to see her for a little bit. Anyway, while this is going on with my batteries, that is just devastating, putting me into a place where I'm like, maybe I shouldn't even be in the van anymore because I don't know if this is the right place for me right now. I love being here, but at the same time I was going to the Diabetic Association and trying to get some information from them. And what they told me was, you know what you're doing, but they did give me a list of snacks, which is basically what my problem is I eat too many everything. I eat too much of everything. I just like food. So I've cut back a little bit, and I'm trying to be more conscientious of what goes in my bod. So at the same time as my battery problems, I'm also going to the Diabetic Association, where they say they can't help me with any of my medical, which I was really hoping they could. So then here in Ontario, they have this thing called TIA, and excuse me, it's because I'm talking. They have this thing called TIA, and you can call in and talk to a doctor, which is lovely. So I called in and talked to the last doctor that I talked to, because the last doctor I talked to sent me to get blood work, and we were talking about my numbers and stuff. Well, this time he says, you must not be taking your medication properly, but I am. I'm taking exactly how I told him I was. He said, you can't be, your numbers wouldn't be that high if you were. So that's my glucose numbers. So my glucose numbers were between like 24 and 30, and they're supposed to be within like 5 and 7. So I was doing like a finger prick method, and it was telling me it was pretty high. So I'm like, okay, my meter is 6 years old. Change my meter. No change in the numbers. Numbers are still pretty freaking high. So I'm like, okay, Obviously, that's not it. I also, by the way, use an alcohol swab on my finger beforehand, making sure I have no food or hand sanitizer or anything like that on my hands before I was doing the testing. So that didn't help. Then I went out and bought me a Dex 7. Dex 7 is the same as a Freestyle, and basically it's just a continual monitoring. Continual monitoring. The monitoring is 10 points lower than my finger prick. 10 points. So when my finger prick is 24 to 30, this is 14 to 20 and has been for a couple days. Just, you know, I mean, I still eat too much, so I do still have highs, but they're not over the calculable number like they were with just the finger prick. So I don't know. What I did was another blood test, and now I'm going to go see a doctor. I'm going to try to get into a doctor. It's really hard to do. I've tried like 4 different times and was unable to get in. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to continue to try to get into a real person, because the TIA doctor said, I'm going to give you this for blood work, but don't come back to me because I'm not going to change your meds because you're not taking them properly. Thanks, bud. Nothing outside what you recognize, is it? Anyway, that's my life. No worries. No worries. There's other doctors. It's all fine. I am feeling fine. So it's not, I'm not like trying to fight off something when I'm nauseous or pooping or, you know, like there's a problem. I'm fine. It's just that it's adversely affecting my eyes and who knows what else inside me, because like, who knows? I don't know. But I'm not feeling any bad efforts. It's just my eyes. They're so like, just like my eyesight is worse. My glasses don't work as well, and I can't see as far. That's it. I mean, I have had this before and it did correct itself, and then afterwards there was no ill effects to my eyes at all. So I'm assuming that's what's going to happen this time. So when you come right down to it, everything is just fine. Okay, I just have to, you know, take my medication, which I do. Doctor, thanks. And just keep going. That's what I got to do. I gotta keep going. And I got tester. I got this on for 10 days, so I'm hoping to talk to a doctor in that 10 days so that he can see that you know, that I am what's going on. We'll see. But all of this is going on at the same time, and I'm thinking, I'm not eating properly, obviously, because my numbers are off, and that my numbers are way off means medication, but also if I'm eating properly, that helps to regulate my medication as well. And just because I've eaten healthy in the last couple days doesn't mean that you know, it's affected my numbers a lot, unfortunately. So we'll see. I'm gonna keep trying and keep going. But that's my drama. I'm sorry I didn't show you guys me changing out my batteries. That would have been a good thing to do. I didn't, and I'm sorry. Which is probably the most exciting thing that happens at my house. Like, I'm just staying warm. It's 17 degrees in my house today. So, you know, like sweater weather. It's fine. And that's on the lowest setting. I can turn my heat up still. I just haven't. Like, I'm not sitting here suffering. I'm just like cheap. I'm not willing to pay more. You know, like there's no need when I can throw a sweater on or even just lie comfortable in my own bed, which is so soft and so comfortable. And I have like blankets and blankets and I just snuggle in and I just feel good. It makes me happy to be here. It just does. But also, it's 2 degrees. You can't see it. 2.7. That may look like a 5. It's a 2.7 on my floor. Yeah, 2.7 on my floor, which is why my feet are up. Because it is 17 degrees. Like, I feel warm enough. I probably could get away with a long sleeve shirt. Because I'm a little bit chilly. I could use a sweater. But I could get by without it. And this is my heating situation. So, things like my medications have to be up near the roof where it's holding in the heat because it's too low down below. And the other day it was so funny. I just throw things off my bed at night, like just whatever's on my bed, it goes beside me, done. So I put my meter down beside me, and in the morning it wouldn't work because it was too cold. It's funny. It's funny to me. It's funny because it doesn't hurt. Like there's not a problem with the battery being down on the floor or, you know, like things being down on the floor. It's not hurting anything. It's not even below 0 now that I have some new mats. I put some, I don't even know what to call them. They're mats and they go together like puzzle pieces. They're big squares. And they go together like puzzle pieces. So I just plunked them down in the middle. I had to cut them because I don't have that much room. It's a 4-foot square, I think, and I only have like 2.5. No, I would say 3. It can't be 4 feet. Anyway, they're probably 3 by 3. Anyway, they're there. Whatever they are, they're down there. And there's lots, because I cut my bed into a 2/3. There's a lot of space down between me and the other side. Like there's a lot of space. You can sit down there. You can lie down there. There's, you know, it's a good amount of space. It's nice. Could probably do yoga down there. I know. I need to do yoga. I need to do yoga, or I need to walk. And it's too cold. I am not going out of my house. It's too cold. It's too cold. I go to work. I walk around at work. I never sit down at work. I work my ass off all day at work. Oh, that's not true. Yesterday I sat down all day at work because I was doing order entry all day. So I sit down part of my day at work. I stand and walk most of the day at work. And I don't stop shopping. I still have to go, you know, to the store and stuff. And, you know, when I go shopping with the girls, I walk a lot. Because as anybody who knows, you live in the country, you don't just go to the store and back. Okay? If you live in the country, you plan your day. Now, we have 2 hours with the babes before she gets too tired. She's a toddler. She is 20, January, February, March. Ooh, she's 22 months this month. But she does have a little bit of a temper when she's grumpy, tired, and hungry. A little bit of a hangry. Gets that from her grandma and her mom. Anyway, so we have 2 hours. But we go to several different stores in that 2 hours, and Babes does pretty good actually in and out of the car. She did have a short while there where she was adamant she was never getting in the car again, you know, doing the plank on top of her car seat. If you're a mom, you've probably been through this, because I know my kids did it when I was little, when they were little and I was younger. So they, you know, like they just decide that that's not, and they don't have anything way to say I don't want to do this anymore other than not doing it anymore. So we have learned that lunchtime at home is about 12 o'clock. Lunchtime when we're out and about is about 10:30. And honestly, I don't know if it's just because she's out and about and doing more and more excited or whatever, but we found that, you know, like a nice meat wrap for her at about 10 o'clock is about perfect. She's a meat eater. She absolutely is a carnivore. She loves meat. Um, she likes cheese. I mean, she likes a lot of things, but loves meat. You know, if she's grumpy, hand her some meat. She'll stop being grumpy right away. If you give her some food, she might, you know, she'll come around eventually, but meat will do it for quicker. And then also, we get into the grocery store and she's please, 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 please. She doesn't do the L, sorry. Please, 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 please. And I'm like, we can't figure. She's like, what is it you want? Because we're trying to get her to say, you know, milk please, hug please, whatever it is, help please. But she's got please and no. So please means yes. Please means do something for me. Please means, you know, like, please gets her whatever she wants. Within reason, of course. But please gets her what she wants because she says please. So she pleases everything. Peace, 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 peace. And when you say, she was, back to the story. We were in the grocery store, just went there to go get my medications and then walk out. Like, we weren't there for groceries, but I'm like, I can't figure it out. And then I'm like, we're in a grocery store. She wants cucumber. So what we do is we go in and we break a cucumber open and eat around the green stuff, and then she eats the middle. So we give her some to eat. She was happy as a clam, no problem at all. That's what she wanted. It's so good. So I'm the kind of grandma who's like, I don't give her candy and chocolates. I will give her what I eat, which is not candy and chocolates. But that's the kind of grandma I am, and I'm not putting down anybody else. This is not my reflection on anything. So she gets chocolates, she gets candies. My daughter watches what she's eating, and my daughter lets her have bits of chocolate, bits of candy and stuff that she can eat. It's not going to choke her and stuff. But that's mom, you know what I mean? Like that's what she chooses to give. I mean, I gave my kids chocolate when they were little. It's not a big deal. I'm not against giving them chocolate. It's just that they get chocolate. Her grandpa buys her boxes and boxes of gummies and chocolate. You know, he just makes sure she has snacks whenever he wants it. Whenever she wants snacks, you know, like they're way up out of the way, and my daughter makes sure that they're given out in you know, not too much. You know, so that's covered. She doesn't need junk food from me. So I'm giving her things like carrots and cucumber. The cucumber's all me. So when we go into a grocery store, she's not saying, please can I have a chocolate bar? Like, no, you can't, because I'm not buying a chocolate bar for you. But also, here's some cucumber. You can have that. We were at my mom's house the other day, and my mom has an old rocking horse. And so it's just big. She's just the right size for it right now. And so I was trying to teach her how to get on under herself and get off it herself, because she has learned to rock it. So, but she's not quite there yet. And so she would go, and I'd say, do you need grandma help? And she'd say, please, and get excited because she's communicating, because she knows that, you know. So then I would go over and show her how to get off and show her how to get on. But help her, you know. That was really cute. But she's like, she also does the pointing, but a lot of time it's because she's so excited. She's like, she can do it with better art. She's got teeny tiny little arms, and they just whip out and whip back. And it's so friggin' cute. So yeah. Anyway, so not a whole lot that happens in my life. This is it. I am not going to special places. I don't have special things to do. I suspect things will be different in the summer because I will be more comfortable. I will have less problems with the van in the summer. But we'll see. Anyway, I thought I'd say hi. And I do it from bed because I'm not getting up until I have to go to work. I have another hour before I have to get up. So I'm gonna sit down and watch a couple YouTubes and hang out. Yeah. So thanks for joining me today. A little bit of self-care, a little bit of this is what's going on behind the scenes. Thanks a lot. And if you've been all the way to the end, please subscribe. It would make my day. Thanks so much.